Do you want to be spending your weekends lugging around a lawnmower, or would you rather be spending the time with your family, relaxing, going out, or even putting more effort into work? Well, I have the answer for you. Today we're taking a look at the ECOVACS A2500 RTK. This is a robotic lawnmower. We're going to get this open, we're going to check out what comes in the box, we're going to set it up, and we're going to cut this lawn because, well, it's very overdue. So let's get into it. So the great thing about the Go 2500 is it is high powered. It uses a 32 volt energy platform. So it actually delivers stable, consistent cutting performance. So you will see when I tested this out that it did really keep everything pretty consistent throughout. It does use a dual blade disc cutting system. So it actually is, I think, 33 centimeters cutting width. So it's definitely capable of larger lawns. It does also have a adjustable cutting height from 3 to 9 centimeters. You can actually adjust that in the app itself, along with a schedule. You can set up zones if you have different lawns. You can set up pathways where the blades will actually lift up and won't cut anything, in case you want to go from one lawn to the next. Now this is the sensor for the RTK, so you do want this at least 6 feet away from your house and any trees or anything like that. So basically you want a clear view up into the sky. That way it's going to pick up satellites and help with the GPS to guide this around your whole yard. So who is the Go 2500 made for? Who's this best suited for? Well, if you have a busy lifestyle, you work a lot, and you don't want to spend that high money on landscapers to maintain your lawn, something like this is perfect because it's going to allow you to do that one-time upfront investment, set it all up with the easy-to-use app, and then it just does all the work for you. So for me, this is set up for my in-laws. It's so that they can retire from mowing their lawn. They're getting older, they want to spend time with the grandkids, and why should they be out here maintaining the lawn that our kids play on? So this is going to allow them to spend more time with family and less time mowing the lawn. Now I've got the base station set up and the RTX set up. We are going to connect this to the app and get it going. Connecting to the app is simple. Using the instructions, there's a QR code. You're just gonna use that, and that's gonna help you download the app. Once downloaded, you will create an account. Then you will connect the Go 2500 using the QR code on the lawnmower itself. It will take you through the process of connecting it. You may need to update the firmware, which I had to do, and then it's time to start mapping. So once set up, it will be time to start mapping. So this is going to be how you set your boundaries. So you want to take your time doing this, make it nice and neat, get exactly where you want your boundaries set up. So that means in the future, when you have it set to just automatically mow your lawn, it's going to know exactly the boundaries and where to stay in. So it won't be going anywhere it shouldn't be. And if you have different lawns, this is the time you can set up zones, the boundaries, and pathways between the lawns. So for this smaller lawn, it did take me about 30 minutes. And again, like I said, take your time. I think it's really worth setting this up correctly. I probably could have done it better. And the great thing is, if you miss the part or you want to add to it, you can continuously remap your lawn as many times as you need to make sure it stays up to date. So when it comes to mapping, you do have two options. I just showed you how to do the manual one. And then the other option you can actually do is just a complete automatic setup. So now I'm going to quickly test that out, see how that goes. So we do have dual rotors underneath, each with 3 blades, so a total of 6 blades, which means it does have a nice width of the actual cutting area. You do find some of these only have one bigger blade in the middle, and it's really not covering the same amount of distance with every single stroke that's taking up and down your lawn. Okay, now I've set the lawnmower to go. I'm just going to go over a few features within the app that you have control over. You can switch up the direction that you want your grass mowed. You can have it on an angle, you can have it on straight. You can set up rain sensors, you can set up edge modes, Mowing directions. You can set up the height. Now, one great thing is you can choose between delicate and quick. So that's going to be the speed in which the lawnmower is operating, and it's going to put a lot more time and effort into giving a perfect cut. Or if you just want a quick mow done, then you will use the quick. You can of course set the mowing height all the way down to 1.2 inches, which is what I did for this. And then you do have obstacle avoidance. Now you do have obstacle avoidance options. You are going to select this depending on how high your grass is. The other great thing about the app is it's giving you all the details about the lawnmower. It's showing you how much is mowed, of how much is meant to be mowed, what percentage is done, the battery life. So you can actually be looking at your lawnmower while not next to your lawnmower. You can be inside, you can be out, and you can check in on it, see how much it's done, if it has enough battery, what areas it has not mowed yet. This is where you can also set your schedule. You can pause it, you can end it. You have complete control over the GOAT A2500. So I did want to do a quick test. So I did actually move one of my kids' toys in the path of the GOAT 2500. So just to see, you can see it picks up that something has changed, and then it redirects its line and make sure it doesn't hit it. For safety, we do have this giant big stop button that you can just press. That's just in case of an emergency, but the obstacle avoidance on this is fantastic and should be able to avoid most things. If it doesn't, you always have this backup that you can use. Okay, so let's talk about the pros and cons of the GOAT 2500 from my personal experience. First of all, let's start with the pros. It uses a strong motor, so it's able to cut through the thicker grass and actually get it down to the size that you want it. The fact that it's easy to set up is fantastic. Everything can be controlled in the app, meaning you don't need to be outside. It's got safety in mind. Not only do you have the stop button, if you were to pick up off the ground, it would instantly stop, and if it detected water, it would also stop. So you can have a peace of mind knowing that the safety of this is fantastic. And of course, setting it up and the app itself is super simple. You can of course manually set up your boundaries and drive it around, or you can actually set it to auto, and will automatically detect and set your boundaries for you. Now, of course, there's gonna be cons, but thinking back on it and the way it worked, I really can't think of too many cons. The only thing I could think of, as I showed, is it's not necessarily gonna get up tight and close to your hard borders or boundaries like the playhouse. And that's expected. You have this much space between the edges, so you can't expect it to get right up against those really hard line borders like a fence line or a play set. But that's not something that's necessarily special to the GOAT 2500. That's just going to be a problem you're going to have with all robot lawnmowers that you probably can't really get around without having that safety and protection on the side. So as you can see with the end result, it's done a pretty great job. Now also with this grass, it has not been maintained in a while. So I did have to kind of do one pass and then set it up for maintenance. So you just got to think about that. This is going to be perfect for those constant modes. Once you set up that schedule, it's going to keep everything nice and flat. Now, of course, we're not going to get this. It's too close, and you have to be realistic with that as well. You have to understand that these robot lawnmowers are fantastic for general maintenance. You still are going to have to do a couple of little bits and pieces. The LiDAR and RTK technology is fantastic for obstacle avoidance, and it has done a fantastic job of that. But of course, it's not going to be able to get into these areas here around a play set. But that's cut 95% of your workload. And you set this up as a schedule and forget it, then every now and again, maybe you have to do a couple of little trimmings like this. That's fantastic. If you are interested in the ECOVACS GOAT 2500, we are going to leave a link in the description below. Comment below what your favorite feature was, how you think it all went. Share this with a friend, hit that like button, and of course, subscribe for more great reviews like this.